Absolutely, absolutely. So this for this last segment, man, I want to get this clip and we're gonna talk about it and we're gonna end off the interview with that clip that you mentioned to me, a clip that I've seen. So this is only gonna be a snippet, of course, because we can't play the whole thing, copyright,
Yeah.
plus we're gonna talk about it. So what I'll do is I'll play the whole clip in its entirety and then we'll go back through the clip. So I'll play it in its entirety for the audience to can see it, to know
Mm.
exactly what we're talking about. And then after I play the clip in its entirety, I'll come back and we'll go bit by bit. All right. So let me cue that.
Yes, sir.
All right. This clip. One moment. All right, here we go. Here's the clip. We're gonna talk about it.
I did a maternity shoot with my brothers at a tattoo shop. All the comments were negative. People were saying my baby is gonna be born with a whole bunch of tattoos. I was laughing, but I said I'm gonna get back at him. What's up, bro?
What's going on? Nugget, this is what I came up with.
Look Uncle Zo got for you. Ooh, big boy.
You like it?
Ah, man.
Nugget got his first tattoo.
And for the people that judge me, I don't care because this is a lifestyle that we enjoy.
We.
All right. Now let me go back a little bit and let's go bit by bit because there's some stuff in here that's just wild, man. Let me go back a
Yeah,
little
the
bit.
things she's saying, man, is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So let me go back and play this part 1 second.
To go to the tattoo shop. I did a maternity shoot with my brothers.
Yeah.
So first thing is the fact that she's tattooed up from head to toe. Even so, while she's pregnant,
Yeah.
she's elated with getting tattoos, right? So that's her thing. But it's one thing to put it on you and another thing to put it on the baby. Now, let me play this other part because I want to talk about this right here. Hold on.
At a tattoo shop. All the comments were negative.
Let me get that face again.
Yeah, she was wild.
So, I mean, the first thing that stands out to me, brother, is that this is a really masculine woman. She
Mm.
looks like a man. Now we know it's not a man because obviously men don't get pregnant. But do you see the state of a lot of these black women? I mean, the hair might be real, might be fake, I'm not sure, but fake eyebrows, fake eyelashes, all of these rings in it. And I mean her voice. I mean,
Even her
if
beauty
I
mark.
didn't see her with a baby, I would think this was a dude.
Yeah, that's that's it's so much it's so hard, and you don't see this kind of shit. It's like it looks almost like a clown or something. Like
Yeah.
the eyelashes for one. I don't know where that came from or who told these women that that was attractive, but they look like straight fools with their
Mhm.
eyebrows like that, where it's not natural. It's not necessary. For one. Two, when you're getting tattoos, and I have tattoos, but you're getting tattoos that have ink, that have toxins in them that could go to the baby, all type of stuff like that. Um, I don't see where the father is in this situation. Like, how is he allowing her to, do all this to his child? Now I know it's
Mhm.
fake little rub off tattoos. We used to do that little shit when we get them little joints from the grocery store, and it'd be like a
Mhm.
little fucking puppy dog rainbow or something. You put it on your hand, and you walk. But
Mhm.
she's trying to emulate the image of someone.
Mhm.
She's trying to create the man or raise her son husband to be the man that she probably lost or left her or she's
Mhm.
attracted to, um,
Right.
and creating this little doppelganger
Mhm.
of some street dude,
Mhm.
right? And the way she's talking about the child, like he has any. This is what I don't understand about society now: is giving children all this credence for decision making for adult things, right? You're saying let's go to the tattoo shop. You want to go? You're talking to a child, first of all. You could have told him you're going to fucking Chuck E. Cheese. He
Right.
wouldn't give a fuck, right? And you're
Yeah.
talking about this is our lifestyle. That's not his lifestyle. That's your
Your
lifestyle.
lifestyle.
And I remember
Exactly.
another part when she said he got 100 some pair of sneakers he's a sneakerhead. No, he's not a sneakerhead. He doesn't have the cognitive ability to even know what the hell is on his feet.
Mm-hmm.
He could be barefoot. Kids will run around barefoot in a diaper all day if you don't dress them.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can tell the IQ on this woman is subterranean.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Like she's literally dealing with like a couple of IQ points above someone with some type of cognitive malfunction, right? And she's out in society raising a child, thinking as if the child, believing that the child has the ability to agree with her choices, right? She said, oh, these people didn't like it, but I'm gonna get them. You don't care, but you want to get them back. Listen, you're only making a fool out of yourself, right? And you're molding your son because he's not gonna break out of this. She's gonna keep beating this in his head till he becomes one of these fucking savages you see out here. And unfortunately, the mothers right now are one of the key elements into the lack of decorum that you see in young black men. I mean, a young baby, I think we've literally went to levels of ghetto and nigger shit that I didn't never think I would witness in my life. As a motherfucker from the hood, did hood shit, been around hood motherfuckers all my life, and found a limit. I couldn't understand how a woman like this could exist. Like, you know, like someone could be this far gone for the thirst of attention on the internet and, you know, wanting to be public with this kind of shit. I mean, it's embarrassing. I mean, I'm not embarrassed. I'm more embarrassed for the child because I know what he's going to grow up to be. Even if they do a Where Are They Now, he fuck around and be in jail or trapping or being some type of, you know. And unfortunately, his mom is living vicariously through a child, which is sad because he probably got an Instagram, I think, and she's going to try to capitalize off making a buffoon out of her own baby. You know, these are the mothers of the future. And if these are the mothers of the future, my brother.
And look at how much of a demon that you see in her. I mean, if you just look at her soulless eyes, you know, and such. I mean, so let's just critique it like this. So first of all, if you look at the image on her shirt, right? The image on her shirt looks like some type of demonic possessed tattooed being, right? Carrying some type of vibration.
Demon. The El Morto, Del Morto.
That's exactly what it reminds me of. That's exactly what it reminds me of. So that's the first thing that stands out. And of course, we see tattoos right on the neck, and then you see those two prongs sticking out below her lips. So when I see that image right there of her, what I see is an empty vessel that has been filled by some demonic entity or entities, like a legion, if you will. Now, I believe that these beasts, particularly the black woman, because their child sacrifice through Molech, through abortions and so on and so forth, having that mentality itself, I think they're heavily influenced by demons. But when I say, brother, that she is demon possessed, I'm not like making light. I'm not just trying to figure out something to say to express like the wickedness and evil. I'm saying it's literal, that because I just don't see how a human being could be this wicked all on their own. I mean, I don't think that humanity has fallen like that far from, you know, from grace and from God to, I mean, it's literally something spiritual.
Only a demon could think this was something that they would want to do.
Absolutely. So it's either you're killing your babies or you're poisoning your babies and you're turning them into this ideal boyfriend that you want to have, which, you know, her default setting is thug, you know, and this goes for whether she's a ghetto ass chick that's low in IQ and uneducated, as well as a so-called highly educated black woman. Their idea of a man is some thug, some guy who is impulsive, some guy who has no discipline, no self-control, no education, no future, no decorum, nothing about himself that actually says manhood, which is the actual opposite. What says about him is like a thug basically is this. And of course, we come from these areas, so I'm not putting down thugs per se, but a thug basically is this: somebody without any impulse control whatsoever and doesn't care anything about his life or the future of anybody else. I mean, that's how and this is what she's trying to raise. This is the image that she's trying to put in this little boy's head. So yeah, so he's gonna think that he is this image that she's trying to portray. I got to give Tommy, credit. He said that, the BW is the worst steward of children. And of course, he was correct by that. I mean, they make terrible mothers, terrible wives, terrible girlfriends. And I'll go even a step further. When you think about it, all of them that you met in your life, the majority, they're just plain old terrible people. And we should not be trying to reproduce with these beings whatsoever, especially under the control and guise of American culture, which is toxic, demonic, and black ghetto hood culture is probably the most egregious thing that you can probably see on earth. It's completely disgusting, complete with and rife with self-hatred, and all manner of evil and abominations, man. So when you move to a place like Brazil and you are free from this, not saying that there's not ignorance over there, but you are pretty much free from this strong spirit. Now there's a spirit of evil all through the world, but for some reason, this BW encapsulate that spirit well. She's a killer, aborting her babies, and the babies that she doesn't abort, she completely destroys and knocks out and completely ruins the next generation, man. And this has to be a spiritual thing. I just can't see this being a natural thing. I just can't see this just being a person who's just ignorant. It seems like it has to be so much more than that. Let me play a little bit more of the clip so we can see the child again. And let's try to figure out what his life is going to be. Hold on a second.
People were saying my baby is gonna be born with a whole bunch of tattoos. I was laughing, but I said I'm gonna get back at her. What's up, bro?
So they were laughing, saying the baby's gonna be born with a bunch of tattoos. So she took that as a point of contention to say that I'm gonna get back at you all for saying that by putting actual tattoos or temporary tattoos. Disgusting. Let me play a little bit more.
What's going on? Nugget, this is what I came up with.
Look, Uncle Zo got for you. Ooh, big boy.
And they're trying to make it seem as if the kid can make a choice, which is just so wrong. All he sees is an object.
And these weak men that we have here that let this type of shit happen on their watch. Yeah. When even though he's a tattoo artist, his mind should have been more or less. That's really against my principles, but of course you're the queen deity. I cannot judge your fuck shit, and I'm gonna just go along with it. So,
because to me, this looks like abuse to me. I mean, I don't. There's really no other way to put it. If she
knew the baby could take a tattoo, she would give him one. Or if she knew that if the little boy got a little older to like 7, 8, and there was somebody that was sick enough to try to give him his first tattoo, she'd probably do it way before he was 18. I'm pretty sure she's going to try to do it.
Absolutely. Let's get a little bit more of this. 1 second. Here we go.
You like it?
Man.
He got his first tattoo.
And for the people that judge me.
So the first tattoo had to be of a woman on his chest. Not a cartoon character.
Looking like a fucking evil nun or some shit.
Exactly. So something demonic, something, some type of evil woman on his chest. Now they draping him in this jewelry, trying to give him the thug lifestyle. And look at the hair of the little man. I mean,
he has a Jesus Christ chain, so that's an idol he's wearing.
Exactly. So he's into the idolatry. Got the chest, tattoo of some probably demoness, and then we got the crazy looking hairstyle.
He looks like a street buffoon.
Exactly. So if you look at him, he looks like they're making him into an image of not of a child. So what we're seeing here is a child, but the image that she's trying to create is of some grown deranged man that's a thug and is about his own self-destruction and self-hatred and that of those around him, with the bracelet on, with the chain, with the hair, and the tattoos. And a little monster is her ideal of a child. You know, you're creating a child, or you trying to make a child or turn the child into a monster where he should be, you know, at this age, they don't even know about cartoon characters. So I can't even say he's supposed to have on like little Spider-Man shoes. At this age, only thing they're concerned with is what they're eating and, you know, playing. So toys and food is the only thing that's important. But she's trying to give him this little child right here, this baby. She's trying to put these values into him at this age, already conditioning and shaping his mind to be a young thug, man. And I say it's over with for black folk, brother. I don't know if you are still optimistic or not, but when I see images like this, I say it's over with.
And when these younger motherfuckers grow up, we're gonna be definitely over. When these little young thotty bodies is 13, 12 already twerking and stuff like that, when they get 21, 22, and they start reproducing, it's just gonna be more and more. And then I keep telling people, hey, one day you're gonna provoke them and they're gonna go and poison your water or something, and they're gonna just wipe out your whole neighborhood. And they're just gonna tear it down, just like they did every other black community, and build a hotel on it like you were never there. Because they're going to propagate the image that you have no place in society, you are not worthy of life, just like any propaganda before a genocide takes place. They're going to make you look like you are the worst people on the planet, and they were justified in their actions. And black people are going to have their neighbor. They're either going to, here's a extreme case, I think. They're either going to go into your neighborhoods with tactical soldiers. They're going to knock out all the power, all the internet, and they're just going to slaughter you. Just like they do in Rwanda and Africa, they're just going to come in there with a hit squad. Mm-hmm. More people, heavily armed than you can imagine, and they're literally going to slaughter every last one of you. Mm-hmm. They're already getting the world used to seeing mass groups of people getting killed at one time.
Yes.
But this time when they go in there and see a whole project or a ghetto of black people just being shot down, they know that you're not going to fight back. They already tested you and poked and prodded at you to see how much you're going to try to get really with it. And they realize, okay, they have no fight in them. So we can basically do the most extreme things we can. And all they're going to do is walk around with signs, and we get back to doing what we do. Is conquering the world and warmongering and slaughtering. Or we can do it the quiet way, like we're doing in Michigan, and we can just slowly poison their water. They're already doing beta tests on how they're going to kill you in your neighborhoods. They're like, damn, okay, we did Flint, Michigan, we fucked up the water, and literally nobody ever tried to fix it for almost 3-4 years, and nobody cares at this point. It's not even new. So shit, if we really poison their water, and really where it was like you're dead in 24 hours type shit, or maybe a week later, where you can't pinpoint where it came from or why these people all suddenly croaked in this small area, they can just take that grid and just poison all the water filtration to your home and kill you. You see what I'm saying? Or they just go and do it literally. And they're going to have it justified to where people are going to say, you know what? Those people were savages. And they're going to raise another generation of savages. It might not be in the next, it might be in the next 10 years, 15 years, but I feel like there's going to be a mass erasure of black people to quell the herd, to even the numbers out, to weaken the group. And they're going to do it quietly. The world is not going to know about it, right? They're going to be happening in little pockets around the country, and the world is not going to know because they're just going to black it out. They're just going to turn off all the power, turn off all the internet. You ain't going to be able to communicate. And they're just going to go in there and wipe out a whole group of hundreds, 300, 400 people. Then they're going to go to the next neighborhood, and the world is going to have no knowledge of it. Black people that don't live in these places are not going to know what's happening. You see what I'm saying? People are just going to disappear, and they're going to throw them in a furnace or some shit like Nazi Germany, and they're going to keep on going. They're going to take that neighborhood and turn it into a fucking strip mall. You know what I'm saying? Because you are bringing nothing to society but shit like this. Something that we would easily terminate. You know what I'm saying? because that was how the world was at one point. If you were unfit for society, you were terminated. You were hung. You were tarred and feathered. You were quartered. You were done tortured. You were just killed because you don't deserve to function amongst us civil people. You understand? And
and we know they feel that way because remember Joe Biden was saying not only are black people what's wrong with America, then he started saying something else that was a slip. But the consensus in the United States of America is that black folks are the problem. And I have to say, overwhelmingly, we prove them correct that we are a huge social problem in America because of this degenerate behavior that we love and support, brought to you by, first and foremost, the black female, because she's the head of household and she's the one who actually has this attraction to the bad boy thug image and that image of evil. And the first phase was them giving you abortion rights, Planned Parenthood. That was the first phase. And I agree with you. The second phase is going to be, even though it may be quiet, this is going to be outright extermination. And the world won't be mad because you've brought nothing to the world but chaos in this nasty thug culture that you want to propagate throughout the world. And I got an email from a guy from Australia. And he was saying, hey, Black Ram, I'm sorry, it wasn't an email. I'm sorry. It was a comment left in my comment section on a video that I did. And he was saying, hey, Black Ram, even though it's not as bad in Australia as it is in America, however, women over here are starting to listen to Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, and they're starting to have the same mentality. So this black female, if you keep allowing her to, we're talking about the European, because she's haven't been ours for centuries. She's not our woman, it's his woman. So if this white male continue to allow this black female to push this narrative out of whoredom, fatherlessness by her choice, hating authority and this so-called independence and all of this evil, keep propagating that throughout the world, it's going to destroy not only America, but it's going to ruin whole continents like Australia. And giving this black female a way to express herself is turning out to be one of the worst things that could have ever happened, because now women across the world are starting to emulate and look up to and want to be like Megan Thee Stallion and the Cardi B's. And so now you're probably going to have, as a result of that, if they keep it going, you're going to have birth rates declining even more so. People are going to be less inclined to get married. You're going to have to give women even more rights and more privileges just to keep up. So it's going to ruin the planet if they allow it to.
Yeah, exactly. Before that happens, they'll exterminate you. You understand? And I don't think black people even understand because they're trying to rewrite the history of who they are, so that the kids will be unbeknownst to who their true enemies are, and the generation prior won't have any knowledge to even pass down. So they will go in blind, thinking that these are benevolent people that are not warmongers who have slaughtered you for fun in past centuries, even to this day. And they do it in a public display of you getting killed. They put it on the news. You getting shot in the back. They don't show anybody else getting shot on the news but you, because your death is almost a celebration, and it's what they do. So when these things start happening, man, me and you probably be in another country somewhere gone. But we're gonna hear some news about some real Rosewood, Florida type shit happening in America. Yeah, so like just like in Georgia where they killed all them people where they killed Black Wall Street and just burned it down. They're gonna do that shit again. They literally did that within the last 100 years. So you're telling me you think that your project is safe? Your neighborhood is safe?
And in like a place like Chicago, it was all fine and dandy when the violence stayed in the black neighborhood. Now it's getting national attention now because the violence is coming out of the black neighborhoods, spilling over to the downtown rich areas and to the suburbs. So now white folks are getting worried, they're getting upset, they're getting mad, because now when they go shopping to buy the expensive stuff that they might want, like the Louis Vuitton, now they got Thuggo there. Now they got Quita there, shaking her ass there. Now they got kids doing what they call flash mobs, which is basically what this woman is trying to raise right here. You know, the flash mob is where they just go in, like they go in the store 40 deep and just start taking shit and running out, just pillaging. And this is what this female who put the tattoos all over this kid, this is what she's trying to recreate. And these people are saying, hey, we're getting a little bit tired of you. You know what I mean? And not that I would justify anything that they do, but it's like, damn, you're giving them ammunition. But this ghetto thug culture probably will never go anywhere until they take us out of here, man. And it's a sad thing. So I think as men, we have to distance ourselves not only from that culture, but distance ourselves from this continent of America. I don't think in mass black men will do it, but in the next iteration of a wise thinking black man will be not a man who's talking about red pill stuff on YouTube, but a man who's got the fuck up out of here, found a way to make a living, and is living somewhere else. Because we owe this country nothing, and they take everything from us. So a thinking black man who cares about himself, and which we should leave the community alone. We should think about ourselves. We should be trying to save ourselves by leaving. The world is big. I'm not saying all of us are going to get up and jump on an airplane and go to one country. I'm not saying that, but we scatter throughout the world like we already are, and we pick up our lives elsewhere. Because being in America, which it's at its end, and being involved in this culture, nothing good can come from it, man. Nothing at all.
I believe the same. And it's only getting worse. It's only getting more extreme. The extreme gets overridden by something more extreme. And it's only a matter of years till we see, you know, the children are going to get younger. The violence is going to come from younger hands. The sexual depravity is going to come from younger females and younger, you know what I'm saying? They're already opening up the doors to treat children like adults. And it's going to be a point when the levels of debauchery can only be befitting of a world that's, you know, meeting its end. It'll almost be like you see things that will disturb your spirit so bad that you almost hope that somebody comes and stops this. You know what I mean? Because you won't be able to exist in it with civility. Like you won't be able to exist in your neighborhood. Like you won't be able to unless you lock yourself in a crib. But at that point, it'll be like the purge, people trying to break in your house. So you'll literally have nowhere to go because you can't go to their neighborhoods and camp out there unless you live in the middle of the woods or some shit. So the black community is going to be unlivable for people of sense and spiritual discernment. Literally unlivable. Wow. You have no safe. It'll literally feel like you are in like the burning sands trying to live in a black community in maybe 10, 15 years. Wow. You have no choice. You understand? Because the violence will be so extreme. Chicago is the blueprint of every other black community. They want to be like that.
That is true.
And it will be more extreme in Chicago. It'll get worse. They'll be like, oh, it wasn't 100 murders this weekend. It was 500 murders.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you're going to be like, okay, this is beyond my wildest comprehension of anything I've ever thought I would live to see outside of war, actual controlled violence. And you'll be like, I'm living in motherfucking a war-torn battlefield, and it will be no place for you. And you will have to leave. You will have to get your shit or leave your shit, take your laptop, your fucking important documents, your birth certificate, your passport, whatever physical gold you got or silver, and get the fuck on. And just buy everything you need when you get there. You know what I'm saying? Take a couple of days of clothes, get you a little duffel bag, and you just buy your clothes when you get there because you ain't gonna want to wear American clothes when you get to where you're going anyway.
Yep.
You're trying to blend in. So yeah, this is the end game. I'm glad that we are pioneers in this state of mind, and hopefully we can both, you know, tap a caipirinha on the beach and be like, man, we got out. And we can, definitely. We can project a message from paradise as opposed to in the war battlefield. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And then that just brings more validity to what you're saying because they're gonna be like, he actually did it.
Absolutely. So most I willing, man, I can catch you in Brazil on a visit, and hopefully we can meet up in the Philippines and Thailand once they open up and go over there and kick it for a little bit. Most high willing. Once I have all of these surgeries, I got to have another shoulder surgery. But once I'm done with my surgeries, I plan on going back to work for a few months and then going on and calling it quits. I'll probably be resigning between 3 and 6 months once I make it back to work. Most High will, if Most High allow me to live that long, because everything is the will of the Most High has to be. But Most High willing, once I'm done with my surgeries and recovery, I'll get back to work for a few months, and then I'm done. And then soon, Most High willing, as I put my resignation papers in, and I plan on being a few days after I put in my resignation, I plan on being in another country. So hopefully the Most High Yah will bless me with that. Appreciate you coming through, man. Blessing the Patreon channel, man. This interview was fire, man. Hopefully we can do something like this at least once per year. And
even
hopefully
more than that. I mean, I could also put it on my Patreon, and I'll direct cats to you, and I'll put your link in there, and then I can put it on mine, and I'll put your link because it's gonna get listened to, and I'm sure they're gonna eat it up. And I can bring them, and I could tell them, hey, we're going to be doing these on each of our Patreons, and I'm pretty sure some cats are going to come over there as well.
Definitely. Cool. So what I'll do once I make the video, I'll just send you the link, and you can just post that on your Patreon page.
I appreciate it, brother.
Absolutely, dear brother. And yeah, like I said, hopefully I'll be able to catch you in Brazil, and we go to Thailand and the Philippines together, man, because it's definitely over with for America. And man, appreciate you coming on, man. We've been friends for a very long time. I think this is our first actually one-on-one video. Of course, you come to the channel before, but I think this is our first one-on-one video. And sometimes when we would talk on the phone, it's like, damn, I wish that shit was recorded.
Yeah, exactly.
Over the years, what I'm saying? And every time we talk, I got to make sure I got some time because we talk for hours, what I'm saying?
Right. So this is probably better. Our conversations, we just turn the mics on and just let it go.
Right, just let it rock. So yeah, brother. So appreciate you again, man. I'm gonna hit you up in a second for a debriefing on the WhatsApp. And man, I thank you for coming through, blessing the Patreon page, man. And I'm sure everybody who subscribed to this Patreon channel has enjoyed it, man. Appreciate you coming through. And yeah, man, I look forward to the future of us doing more projects together and all that, dear brother. And after that, other than that, brother, peace, brother. And I'll talk to you shortly, brother. Peace to the Patreon page as well.
Yes, sir. You're gonna hit me on WhatsApp, yeah?
Absolutely.
All right, brother. We'll talk in a second.
Peace. All right, peace, bro. For the Patreon page, Black Ram 313. I'm out.